would wonder, what the hell?
So if you stand on the wrong side of the roof, you will just get wet very, very badly.
Exactly. Did Welzerball feature food too?
What?
I don't know. Did Welzerball had food?
It had fruits? No,
No.
I don't
I
think.
think Seaborn and Kento liked food.
Oh, you mean food?
Food as an item.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest design flaws and probably the first reason why I cancelled Velsabour. It didn't have any food items. I just realized this design flaw too late and kind of annoying. But yeah, nope. I'm not gonna make a game without food as hull items. Not gonna happen. So yeah, now you know the true reason why Velsabour was cancelled. Didn't have food. Um,
You guys know the blue crab boss on the demo? I think it's super OP. I can defeat it in one hit with the arts, gear, and potion, so it takes 20 seconds to kill it. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
super
we
OP. Don't you mean like the opposite?
underpowered. Yeah,
Oh,
underpowered. I think underpowered.
underpowered. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
it's kind of ironic that underpowered is shortened by up. Doesn't sound underpowered if you say up.
True.
Yeah, it's true. It's too weak. It's kind of like we probably
Yeah,
should
but
have
but you
made it.
won't fight her in the real game.
Yeah, and
So
then in the final game you won't have these kind of enemies, and
maybe you will have it in the arena. I don't know.
you know. I mean, when did the crab boss? When was it added? I think a day before the release of the original demo.
The second one,
The blue crab boss. Yeah, I
blue
think it
grab the blue grab one was added 2 days
2 days
bef-
before the
before
release of the
the
demo.
initial release. Yeah.
So like we didn't have a lot of
Like it
time.
was really like taking the graphics, um, adding a color correction effect, making it blue,
Mm,
putting it as a new graphic, and copying the whole boss definition
yep, and making it
uh,
stronger.
and
Kinda
animation, and upgraded the
increase the
stats
stats. Yeah,
and added and changed the attacks a bit so it actually produces more bubbles. And
yeah, and we didn't do a lot of playtesting, obviously, and for some reason we didn't really improve that in the following versions. Like for the Blue Hedgehog, I'm not sure if anybody remembers the very first version of the Blue Hedgehog.
you would make 1 damage
So unless you like
against
defeated it for a
3000
couple of
HP.
times, you just would make 1 damage.
It was very Dark
One
Souls-ish.
damage. Yeah, good fight. Good luck with that. So we improved that, but we didn't really make the crab more difficult for some reason. Nobody complained, at least at the beginning. Um,
Yeah, it was just hard as fuck. Oh, sorry.
I think this is not. We are not that family friendly here anyway.
Yeah, sorry, not PG friendly.
So
Yeah, I added. This was again the character I added, the blue hedgehog. And when I added it, I actually I never thought about it the first time. I didn't thought like, oh yeah, that's kind of Sonic. I only after I put it into the game, I realized that it looked exactly like Sonic when you fight it because it had this spin attack.
yeah,
And I thought like, all right, so it needs to be very, very difficult. And I made it very difficult. I gave it 3000 HP, which is more than the cargo crab has.
the blue Cairo
Uh,
crab,
huh?
the blue one.
The blue one, yeah.
Yeah.
And uh, made the def stat, the defense so high, way
So
too
damn
high.
high. And then there was
So
the
damn
old
high.
damage formula,
Yeah, the old damage from
which was
also.
really yeah, defense was very effective at this time. Actually, too effective. Like
Yeah,
um,
also you don't get 9k for defeating him. the cargo crab, you get over 9,000.
Yes, very important.
I also found another bug which I leveled up tons of levels from doing. You hit all these hedgehogs in the area and jump onto on an island, and there go all aggro. Yeah, that's not a bug, Vortex robot. It's actually abusing the navigation system in CrossCode.
What? What is it?
When you just stay away in a spot where the hedgehogs can't get to you and it's water between them, they jump into the water.
Yeah, kind of like there are some situations where like when it happens and they just fall into the water without you doing anything. That's something we should try to fix.
Mm.
But if you just spam bolts and they fall in the water because of that, most of the time that's kind of like using the environment to your advantage, and that's legit.
Yeah.
I think it's actually interesting. So there will be later on.
Yeah,
We
at
will
some
try to
point
make it more difficult.
it gets really trying because you have to stand there for 1,000 enemies because at some point they only give you one XP
Yeah.
because they have a much lower level than you have. So that's something probably not very much known, but in CrossCode you get XP based on the level difference between you and the enemy and the base experience the enemy gives you.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, the treasure thing. We should totally fix that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's not all the treasures, true.
I think Mr. Freeze doesn't says this anymore. He says you have to find 22 treasures. 32,
32,
right?
yeah.
I think he says you need to find 32 um, treasure boxes.
So I spend a lot of time on the roofs here. Yeah, like when you start talking, you kind of lose concentration, and that's when it happens when you just keep polishing the same thing over and over again. So, like, I usually try to be quicker about this, but like, it's difficult when you do streaming because I'm really bad at paralyzing. Yeah, just as a note. So, but anyway, so I think we worked a long time on these roofs now. We are over 2 hours. Um, I think we might go for 3 hours if people are still interested, but we probably should work on something else. Any suggestions? What you should work on?
Well, take another look at the concept.
Okay.
Always a good idea to just see what we definitely need. Like, for instance, what's probably very quick, a darker version of the ground.
Of the what?
Of the ground.
I don't think we need that. We already have two versions of the ground. That's
We
actually
have?
well, you have the meta ground and you have the normal ground.
Oh, maybe we can re-enter these details Tefri added in his design, where you go from metal to stone. Like it looks very very simple, but oh no, you actually added something there.
I did, yeah. I mean, I actually tried to do
Yeah,
something new. What I did is, this kind of pattern here.
yeah, I already recognized that you used that pattern.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's actually I really like this pattern for some reason, and I think I might just use it throughout the whole game because I think it's like kind of like a repeating design pattern. You have this kind of horizontal and vertical lines with these kind of connections. It just turns out they're very nice to work with. They're easy to map and they look pretty great. You can do a lot of stuff with it. So they're very generic. You can do a lot of nice patterns. So I thought, why not just add it here? So I just added those to the metal ground and the stone ground.
mm.
So that was at least an idea I had, and I think it's you could argue like it's always the same, but I think it's more like a repeating design pattern, and it saves a lot of work, and it's not that it's kind of like subtle enough that I don't think people will get bored by it. But at least an idea I had. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I just think we should. That's details that can something Tico can do. So we should work on that. Like
Mm.
adding small different types of grounds.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
like different variations from this ground tile, you
yeah,
mean? Yeah.
variations. Because you can already see that it gets too repetitive, so there should be some
I think
changing in
I
that.
actually think it's fine. The problem, but I mean, it doesn't hurt if you edit. But for instance,
Yeah,
like
if you can think that's better,
you
I
know,
just
we
think
never
of
had any
something.
variation for this tile. Nobody complained, and the same for this grass tile. I
Yeah.
think if you do the tiles in a good way, you don't really need that much variation. The problem with the old hideout area is the tiles were not really um, kind of like you could see the grid in the tiles,
Mm.
and that's why we did variations. And I think you can get away without that to some extent if you just make sure you
Um,
have some other details. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to add some variation tiles anyway.
yeah. All right. Let's do a question round. Well,
Hmm.
I think
Yeah, what should I work on anyway?
you could work on this little crane thingy,
The
or is it
crane
finished
thing.
already? Because it kind of looks
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
I
could use
could.
some work.
I could. This one here, I could try to turn this into something that looks like this here, more or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Like on the concept art.
All right. Let's go ahead and answer the questions. Just a question says, Alexas, will there be branching paths in the story of the game?
Oh, hmm. Since we are going for a typical JRPG, I don't think we will have a lot of branches. But
Yeah.
actually, I actually thought we might be able to add a few branches, which may result in different endings. But it really depends. It's very time consuming to do this,
Yeah.
like consistently, and mm, it's not really the focus of the genre to have a lot of endings. And usually, um,
We also want to tell a story, and that kind of story is like in our minds, right? Like we have this idea of the story.
yeah, that's true. Though I can imagine that there are certain points in the story where we can just say what would happen if you do this or that, and then we can add some branches. But if you do that, it will be close toward the end, so we don't get like these huge expansion
Yeah, we
of
concentrate
different passes.
on the main story
Yeah.
first.
So kind of like
Right.
how it works in Chrono Trigger. I think that's actually a compromise that kind of works. You compromise where um, you have a couple of branching paths, but they're like they lead very quickly to a certain end.
Yeah.
That's something we can do.
When will the game be finished? Asks Mighty Man.
Why tomorrow? Why do you ask?
These things, they take time. Uh, so if the crowdfunding goes well, we plan to release the game in the first quarter of 2016. If not, we can promise anything. We will tell you if we have anything on the matter, if we can uh, say more to it, because right now it's just we don't know what will happen if the campaign fails, and we have to look where we can get work and resources we need to finish this game. Um, oh, Hannah actually answers some for us. That's good. Yeah, Steam is definitely the platform we want to release. Mighty Man asked where we put the game, and Steam
Yeah.
is definitely a place. Probably also GOG, GOG,
Mm-hmm.
GOG, GOG. So you get a DM free copy. It will be $15. And yes, there will be early access if we have a successful crowdfunding. If not, we'll, as I said, have to see.
Most likely
Um,
there will be an early access in any way.
yeah,
But it
if we
might
on
take,
Steam,
yeah, like if we are not successful, it might take longer until we get something out ready. Might. it may also be that we just push it and then we try this Humble Bundle thing.
Just something, because Mighty Man also said that you could work on a fountain or destructible boxes. That's something Teku actually works on right now. So he does
Cool.
boxes, not destructible ones, but normal
It's
ones.
good that I know that too.
I didn't tell you. I'm so sorry.
I think you didn't. I don't know why.
I totally forgot. Dang.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, he just called me and we talked a little bit.
Cool.
I think it was it was like right now, like for 2 hours ago. Like he called me 3 hours ago.
Okay.
And hopefully he's not playing Minecraft right now. Yeah, actually a nice idea. I wonder if Shat is interested in us playing some games on stream, doing what Twitch is for, showing that we can't play games, that we're bad at it.
Well, if Stefan does it, he's very good at games. I'm not. I'm maybe mediocre at best.
That's we could stream Mario Kart.
I'm actually not that bad in Mario Kart.
No, you're not. That's why I said Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's like
Because you're not that bad at.
one of the
Because
games I actually played.
Yeah, that game is kind of cruel to you if you're in the first place.
Yeah, I still do it all the time. I always go for the first base and then I'm annoyed.
Another blue shell.
Yeah.
The bane of many conquerors.
Hehe.
Barrels. Oh, barrels are something I didn't thought about. Yeah, we should add
Barrels. Oh my gosh, yes, barrels.
I tell Tiku to do barrels.
Awesome. Also rolling barrels, just because.
Yeah, of course, we need to do a barrel roll.
No, rolling barrels, not a barrel. What you're talking about?
Of course,
that's stupid.
different.
It's different. It's like a blue hedgehog. It's not Sonic.
Oh no. The square tree's purpose? Oh, we don't talk about the cube tree.
We don't.
It's not a time and not the place to talk about the cube tree. It's a secret to everybody. It's not a reference to the Maker game.
Because it's not a Maker game.
It's not a Maker game, no. No,
so
maybe
maybe I think those people would like us to talk about it, so they get some shout out. I think.
You mean
the game? Even though I'm not even sure if the game is really public yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So
once
I'm not sure.
Once the game is
we can make a shout out for Sakonia.
Oh yeah, just do that now.
Sakonia. A good friend of ours is like a passionate game developer, and he even did kind of his own scripting language in C++, like he's the geek.
So he's working with proper C++ like a real programmer. So
like a real we're not real programmers, sorry.
No, we're just using JavaScript, which is
we're just hipsters.
It's a hipster language, exactly. Anyway, so like he's using proper C++ and doing this kind of strategy game, Zirconia, which is this turn-based strategy game, kind of like Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics, I would say. It looks really nice. I think it's still pretty early, but definitely worth checking out.
I'm trying to find a link.
It should be on IndieDB and on Facebook, as far as I know.
Yeah, what he basically does is an RTS game, so it's like strategy and kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah. So what I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't listen. Because I'm not good.
I know. I'm bad at multitasking too. So, okay. I'm not perfectly sure what I'm doing here.
I found it. I'm the best.
Awesome.
So, yeah, right. And there's the IndieDB page. Thanks, Hannah. what part of creating code was find spending most of your time on: art, coding, story, or marketing? Right now, it's marketing.
Yes, most definitely marketing. It
Yeah,
takes so much freaking time. It's unbelievable, and I hate doing it.
yeah.
It's not. It's not really something.
It's interesting in the beginning, like
Yeah.
when you start off and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm telling people about this game. But after a while, it gets very tiring.
I have to say, like,
And
the most fun thing about marketing is doing the thing we're doing right now. Like, doing the streams is actually pretty
yeah,
fun.
that's
So
awesome.
that's pretty cool. I like this kind of marketing. But like writing press releases or just coming up for like the thousandth time how to best describe your game so people might play it. It's really something. I don't know. I wish we had somebody who could help us with that. Really, hint
Yeah.
hint.
And it's so arbitrary because you think like that's an awesome text. Everyone agrees that's an awesome text, and then nothing happens. And
Then we get the feedback. Oh my god, you did everything wrong. Ah.
yeah,
Oh gosh, I think we
dang
should
it.
tell a story about Kotaku, right? That was actually
You
really.
can tell it true.
So, you know Kotaku, right? So there's this guy called Chris. No, not Chris. I forgot. I'm very bad at names.
Luke Plunkett.
Luke Blanket or Plankton or something. Anyway, so he's an author of Kotaku, and he writes about like most of these sprite art games. He also wrote about Star Mazer. So we wrote him about CrossCode at least 2 times. First time ignored. I also messaged him, also ignored, of course. And then I just the second attempt was one where we just there was some guy who gave us a lot of great advice, and we just misunderstood most of it and created a press release based on that, and sent him this press release which stated what was in the header, article suggestion. So I thought that was cool for some reason. And I sent out this press release, and like a few minutes later, he tweeted, "Life hack: never send me a mail saying, including the words article suggestion." Yeah, that was really, oh gosh, that was really a shock. But yeah, that's how wrong we have been. So like, I know it was like the wrong way to say it, and that this is what happens when you have no idea. Anyway, so I just apologized, and that actually was interesting because that way he actually messaged me, but he still pretty much ignored us, so no article for us. I mean, it's always a gamble if you contact press. It's really hard to get any guarantee there.
Stuff happens.
Not quite sure what I'm doing here.
Oh, by the way, Felix.
Mm-hmm.
Safe.
What?
Safe.
Done.
Because that guy reminded us.
Awesome.
We should save.
Thank you. Should always be in our streams reminding me to save.
Oh wait,
Who knows what will happen otherwise?
Note down. Always stream. People tell you when to save.
Yes. Wait, why?
Yeah, like sometimes you get comfortable because I don't know if you working with modern PCs, they don't tend to just crash.
Yeah,
At least the last time my PC crashed was like never. This PC never crashed on me.
Photoshop actually did crash on me a couple of times, but not that often. The Mac version I had before was really bad, so it crashed a lot on my Mac, unfortunately.
Everyone wants to know about the cube tree. There's no cube tree. It's a lie. Nothing is real.
This cube tree, I'm not sure what you're talking about. There are a lot of trees in CrossCode. I don't know any cube tree.
Yeah, there are trees. I don't know. I mean, we can talk about the one tree there in the landmark tree. Just the swirl tree.
Yeah, the one which barely has any leaves.
Yeah.
Which is mostly just a trunk.
Nobody's talking about this one.
Yeah, it's an awesome tree. It was made by TQ.
Yep. And we actually just put it there because we thought like it would be a nice detail just to have it there. I still think it is.
Hmm. Still not sure what I'm doing here. I'm just writing random structures here, quite frankly. But it looks kind of nice, I think. So I'll just keep doing the thing. I kind of like that was like the structure I saw here, and I thought, what is this? And then I just started writing this thing. Like sometimes having more precise concept art would be awesome, but yeah, there's only just so much time that Freeze can spend on each
Ah, you're
piece.
talking about the cube tree now. That's another. That's great. The square tree, I don't know, but the cube tree,
What do you
I don't
mean?
know about that one either. Either.
No. Okay.
Still, we didn't even really ask back then what people if people are interested in us playing games. I didn't watch the chat.
You had one job, Stefan.
I had one job. Dang it! Dang it! Ugh. So yeah, a crane.
Hmm? So yeah, that's a crane.
How does this work? I see. Now, there goes something inside it then. Ah, yeah.
I'm not even sure how that works, quite frankly. I think what I'm doing here doesn't make much sense.
It's the
Um,
future.
but it looks cool. Um,
Maybe these lines should extend to the back of the right side, because now it looks like attached to just one side. I'm not sure if this is true for the concept.
that's how it is. I mean, it's supposed to stick out. It's kind of like the crane.
No, I don't mean that. I mean just the part which is holding
Oh,
the
this
whole
one.
crane.
Yeah, this one is. Yeah.
Could extend it to the right side,
Yes,
so
yes.
makes
I
sense.
plan to do that. Iterative and stuff. So I'm currently just working on the left side. I will go back to the right side. Okay.
Vortex says I'm bored, so I'm trying to defeat the crab to get 1 million credits.
Told you I should have done the programming. It's always much more exciting. Right?
Well, I'm all in for the kill combo. Like, if there's a ranking system in a game, that's totally
I
my
can
thing.
already see people playing the game to just do a kill combo through a whole area. Or like getting like DS ranking right from the beginning or something. I don't
There's
know.
going to be achievement for that for sure.
Most definitely, yeah.
Rank yourself through the autumn area.
Yeah.
That's going to be very difficult.
Actually, one idea I had recently, what I'm definitely want to implement, if anyhow possible, is having dialogues popping up while you're running around in the autumn area, like with the side message system. I mean, that's what it
Like
made for.
random stuff.
Kinda not random, but kinda like context sensitive. Like when you just have a very long battle, there might be a comment after this. So if you're just by yourself, it's just Sergey and Leia. Or if you have a party member, this one might actually talk with you. So it depends on your party that you currently have.
Yeah, that's something we should definitely do.
Yeah. And then like if you just go ahead and you just go from one map after the other map, just having a one long kill combo, your party members actually will start complaining like, "Hey, you want to maybe do a small break? I'm not sure I can do this much longer," or stuff like this. I think this would be very interesting, like
Yeah, it
very
would be
funny.
kind of atmospheric too.
Yeah, it's very
Yes.
nice too to build characters.
Yeah, maybe we can show some programming again next time.
Yeah, most definitely. So
Coding. Coding is always good. I think you can try out, play something. Worst case, people don't like it, and you did it one. But I really like art streams, and I hope you don't drop them. I learned stuff. I'm entertained. Some like them. Yeah,
cool.
I think we enjoy this too, so we won't just stop.
Yeah, actually, I really like doing this. It's kind of like I also always like talk about stuff I do for some reason.
Yeah.
So
I think it's always the case. Like you like to talk about the things you like to do.
yeah.
Oh, actually, I meant that it should extend to the right post too.
Oh,
That's actually okay too.
yeah. I
Because it
thought
looks
like
like it wouldn't be the physics wouldn't work because it's like a metal piece and it's just strapped
well,
onto.
I think it works. I mean, a normal crane works like this, kind of like too. Let me just look up a
That's actually
crane.
true. Yeah, that's true. Never
But I
mind.
think no,
Then
actually, I think they have some counterweight. Let me just look.
yeah, I think you should probably
That was
take
like
away
a
the right
weight
post
mixture of
completely.
German and English right there.
Yeah, you
Crane.
should take away the right post probably because now it looks like there's just a crane attached to one side of the
I think
um
I might just add one on the left and one on the right. So that was the idea. So you have two cranes, and then this one is like
ah
near to the water and stuff like this.
yeah
I think this might
sounds
work.
that
I
sound
don't. I just don't want to drop the structure because it looks kind of nice, and I shouldn't just drop stuff that is already done. This one is actually done by T3, so
a normal crane rotates. This crane does not rotate, just goes up and down.
yeah.
I think an actual cargo crane that would move on these posts, left up and down, and the crane would go.
It's just like a
Um,
very simple crane that moves out, takes cargo, puts it back on something, and then I don't know even. I really, I don't really want to spend too much time creating the very much realistic crane infrastructure here, like the cargo ship.
Basically, you just had to add something in the left post that make it look like it could spin
Okay,
because now it looks like it could go up and down. Maybe you can add something that makes it look spin around,
might be
and so
possible.
and so it immediately makes sense that just goes over the water and moves to the left again
Yeah,
to
actually, I think I
drop the
can add
cargo.
this. Let me just.
Find that right now. It's very good. All right, have a good time, mighty man.
Let's make things round.
Yeah. Also, these like little gray thingies in the posts make it look like the crane couldn't even go lower.
Yeah, that's true. I
But
think I will remove those.
that's just copy paste. So
I'll just remove those. So,
yeah, pixel art is hard.
it's time consuming. But the good thing about pixel art is you can actually do this while doing other things. It's not quite as exhausting as I don't know doing programming.
Yeah.
You can do it for a
Also,
long time if you get into it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. If anyone wonders, Felix uses a graphic tablet pixel
Yes, I do.
instead of a mouse.
Yeah, look, it's a Wacom. Actually, I'm using a very huge.
No, you just advertised.
Oh, sorry. This is a unbranded big graphic tablet, and I'm using
Unbranded
it.
big graphic tablet 3000.
Yeah.
What's the level cap? I have a year until the game is released, so I have time. The level cap is level 99.
Yeah. Not this level 2000 something we saw on Twitter that apparently
So
Leia was having collected. That was obviously fake.
we couldn't. It wouldn't even be able to make that visible in the UI.
Yeah, level is limited by available space to display the level.
Yeah,
So,
completely. I mean, we could simply make the numbers smaller.
nah.
It goes too up. But I like
Just
large
do.
numbers. I like large numbers for the levels. So level 99 it is.
Oh man.
Next game will have more levels, like the Skyea levels, level 9999.
Yeah, how do we make this guy more interesting? Let's add more levels.
Yeah, I think this Skyea has already so much features, like I can't even count them. I mean, this basically like Final Fantasy Tactics, right? You go to enemy, click attack, you do the attack, you do a special attack, right?
Hmm?
That's what you do in Tactics. in Disgaea, you lift your characters, and the character you that has lifted someone can be lifted by someone else, and you could like create chains, like a huge tower of people, and then you can attack one monster, and they would make a
Serious?
combo attack based on how many people are stacked, and the enemy would be attacked and always um, would get higher the more you attack them, right? And the last one on top would smash them on the ground, and you can
Okay.
throw people to a place and move them around. And you can, if some people are standing next to your character, then they make a combination attack based on their friendship level, and then you can go
Friendships.
every item has levels, and you can go into item world and level up the level of the item by by going to a world inside the item. That's so crazy. Then you have a voting system where you can pursue the members of the council with items, or you can just fight them if they disapprove.
You mean persuade?
Yeah, persuade you also
Yeah.
bribe them. It's like, duh. And this is just like where it starts, and
Well, it
I don't
sounds
know.
like
This
a
game
lot of
is
stuff to
huge.
do.
Yeah, it's like so much to do.
Yeah, I kind of like this. So,
If you get the time, would you possibly add Manlier as a new game plus option? No, Manlier is dead.
what? No, it's not.
No Manlier.
I think it's possible to bribe here.
I think just as Anna said, everything is possible if we get the time.
I really like Manlayer's design. I'm not really sure we will be able to add him as a playable character because that's a lot of work. But at least there will be something from Manlayer
Yeah,
or
and when we
something similar in the
mean
game.
playable character, we mean as a Joe character, because
Yeah,
just like a skin maybe, and
yeah.
different battle streams. Instead of hi, you would say arc.
Arc. I really like just him saying hi. It's just very cheap. It's just a regular layer, just with
The whole
muscles.
character design is she. We didn't even did much design.
Yeah,
The whole idea,
I just used the same colors. That was awesome. I didn't have to come up with new colors.
so good. Probably the best idea. And again, we came up with this one day before the first of
There
April.
is something not correct.
That's how we roll.
Pluck. So
Yeah, I don't want to write different dialogues just because of a male option. I really don't want to make a male option just because you play as a girl or something like that.
yeah, the funny thing is, I mean, we of course came up with the quotes we put in the post, but there
Yeah,
have been a couple of people who actually requested that they want to have a male version of to play because they don't like the fact they have to play a girl. And oh, come on,
and
guys.
yeah, come on.
Like the opposite, you have like freaking all the time almost. So let's just make this one exception. Um, yeah. Nope. That one should be like this.
I think these pixels in the rotating part from the post,
Hmm.
like you could make them. I don't know how to explain it. Some just some just letting you pixel away because you just did it anyway.
You mean make it more symmetrical? Because right now it's
Yeah,
not
that
perfectly
maybe too.
symmetric.
Yeah, I think it's just right now. It's just
Yeah, it's
trying
not
to find
perfect.
a good shape.
Yeah, I know.
I actually like that little ball that just points out there.
Yeah, that was actually on purpose. Kinda, I think I saw something like this here. At least I interpreted it like that way. So I just added something. I know. It's a bit of a little detail. So let's just add the actual crane. I think I will just make the in-between here black because there's so little space and there probably is something in there, so just fill it out.
I mean, we could easily make sci-fi cranes, just lasers, just teleport things. Actually, you could make the argument that they could use some instant matter magic to create instant matter below cargo, fly it up, and put it on.
Yeah, the thing about instant matter really is that it's very flexible, but it's not very heavy. I think that's like it's like a bit of spoiling because you don't really know this yet, but something you will realize pretty soon. Like instant matter is kind of like a bit more sophisticated, something made out of plastic. It's very light. That's also why avatars are usually much lighter than something like a regular human being, which also
Yeah,
helps to
also, yeah,
explain the
also,
whole gravity stuff.
yeah, also they don't have any organs, so
Yeah, it's not a perfect simulation of the human body. It's just
yeah.
tries to simulate the shell more or less. Obviously, I mean it just tries to be something that looks like human, even though it's something else internally. And like for instance, if you would actually be human being challenging an avatar, um, it would feel like a plastic puppet would try to punch you, and it's not really hurting all that much. That's kind of like how you have to imagine it. The thing really is, to me, it was important to make the whole avatar technology that way because I don't actually want to go for this usual story approach where let's take over the world with, I don't know, technology used in this game, or let's threaten actual people based on this technology. I think I should stop talking because I'm about to swallow too much, but anyway. So just avatars actually, the whole instant matter stuff is actually pretty cheap. So just be aware of that. So you cannot simply create something um, from instant matter and just destroy the whole of Crossworlds. It's not possible. That's how the rules are in this game. So just knowing that, you probably can already imagine that the story will go maybe in a different direction than you thought. At least I hope that.
Now stop talking.
It's how does it work for Star Mazer? There's always gonna be leaks in streams.
You're the leaking guy. You are our Don.
Yeah,
You are our version of Don.
to
You're
some
always
extent.
leaking. Stop leaking.
Okay, I stop. I have to cut this part when we upload the video.
I really want to put some One Piece references in CrossCode, and I have the perfect idea for. Oh yeah, I just realized something. We totally doing that. This would be fun. We should also make a Naruto reference.
Uh, I'm not a Naruto
Oh.
fan, not anymore. I used to,
This is
but they
fun.
were too cheap about that, and then I stopped watching. I don't like that.
Yeah, basically avatars are like people that that's why I'm talking about One Piece.
Hmm?
Basically are like people that ate a devil fruit. Rain is okay, like it can rain and people and avatars are fine, but they can't uh, take full water. They can't swim. It's not in the coding
Yeah, actually, that's a
of
very
the
convenient
crosswords
explanation why we will never
gameplay.
add a swim feature. I like that
Yeah,
one.
there isn't. This is just too much. I also don't think that would add a lot of anything to CrossCode because if
I
we would do that, we would also need to add fighting in water.
Yeah, I mean, Xenoblade kind of managed to do that. I think having water really adds to the exploration aspect, but it really makes a lot of things more complicated. And I'm just happy we actually, I mean, CrossCode is already crazy in scope, and
Hmm.
we really should stop adding more features. Really,
And also,
badly.
we would need to make maps much larger
Yeah, yeah. To make
because right now, basically, if you can see it in autumn area, even the largest pond is still small. Just it wouldn't make sense to swim. You could just walk around. So I think that wouldn't. If we had greater maps, larger maps and stuff like that, it might be an option. But we don't even have an underwater temple. So
fortunately.
yeah, fighting in water with Xenoblade wasn't all that good. I usually
Yeah, like it
out of
had
the
its
water.
issues because
Yeah.
it was kind sometimes if you had to fight those fishes in the water, things tend to be a bit confusing sometimes.
But still, they had a huge uh, area that was basically
Just water.
just just water.
And it was still interesting,
It
surprisingly.
was still interesting. Yeah. Yeah, because you could already see that in the middle there's nothing, so you would just skim
Yeah,
around the
yeah.
edges.
So Xenoblade like had these kind of huge empty areas, but at least you were not forced to walk through them for too long. It was mostly just skipping around it quickly. And even in those huge areas they had like landmarks, interesting points. Like this
Hmm.
whole windcraft, wind power area, I still remember, which was pretty cool. How's that?
Yeah, that's in the Acolyte Sea, or I don't remember the names.
Something is not
That's why
seeing.
we choose simple
Whatever.
names over difficult names or names we came up with. It's easier to remember.
Also because I suck coming up with names. So other people help a lot.
Yeah, we can't. We are not as good as Shulk. We will never beat it. Never be as good as Ryan or Dumden.
Yeah,
We just don't feel it.
just not feeling it. Yeah. Yay. I don't know. It looks like a crane. Nailed it.
Nailed it. Not sure
Ah.
about that though.
Oh, come on. It looks like a crane. Totally.
Don't you think for some reason the perspective is odd?
No?
Maybe when we're mapping it, I would put it up
Oh
higher.
yeah, that most definitely. It's very low, but that's easy to fix. Let me
Yeah.
just give me a second.
But we mustn't be careless.
Hmm.
Well, the crane is ours to decide.
Do they spam Xenoblade quotes now?
What a bunch of jokers.
Yeah. So
Fire away, Felix.
Mm-hmm. Okay, did. So how much longer should we continue? I think it's about time we should wrap this up.
Yeah,
We already have like almost 11 o'clock.
for us at least.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
yeah, so what did we do? Let's just summarize. We added this roof, these windows. I'm not perfectly sure about those. If they're finished, probably gonna go over them again. No, the roof kind of works. We did these gutters, which I think work pretty well already. And we added the crane in only 3 hours. My God.
Yeah, it's still because you're
Yeah,
you
because
don't have
really
the full focus.
not
Yeah.
100% focused because of talking.
Yeah,
Um,
trust me, Felix is normally much faster when he.
yeah, it depends if I got the right idea because sometimes I really spend too much time on details and it's like graphics are hard to predict anyway. So, I really
Any
like
more
this one by the
questions?
way.
What?
These the
Oh.
plants here on the window. Maybe you'll see them in a second.
Ah, yeah.
It's just made with the same colors from the tree. Just reorder them to make
Yeah, it's
them
a
look
good
like.
idea.
Mm,
Yeah, they look nice.
maybe it could be a bit white if I think about it, but yeah.
Any more questions before we
Yep.
stop? 8
So
minutes.
let's take the last
How is that
questions.
train supposed to reach the water? We'll see about that. Work in progress.
Yeah, it will be extended anyway. So that's just a mapping issue.
So much Xenoblade. Is this Xeno code? Dang it. We broke it.
What?
Everyone knows.
What? Xeno code?
Yeah, everyone knows
No!
that we were actually working for Monolith. So
Cancel the stream! Cancel the stream!
cancel. Cancel. Oh man. Oh man. Cube tree. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you elaborate?
Yeah. What is this cube tree you're talking about?
Maybe we can research about the cube tree and
Yeah,
find something
until
out
the
about
next
it.
stream.
Until the next stream. The solar panel looks freaking awesome. Why? Thank
What
you.
I'm drinking? Oh, I already did the mistake for
No,
Wacom, so I
no.
won't repeat that. Let's just say
He
it's a brand of Coke, which is
Yeah, he
entirely
drinks
black.
oil. It's oil.
Mm,
Straight from the Sahara, oil.
yeah, it's like you find this Coke only in Germany, I think. Not sure if you actually find this one in other countries. It's really tasty. It's not that sweet. I kinda addicted. Yeah.
Will you show some JavaScript magic in the next stream? Apparently we will do.
No, no problem. I
I
mean,
think so. We should do so.
yeah, we should kind of like keep a balance that we do like coding or art once in a while and here and there. So today was 100% art, so next time we do a bit more coding. I'm probably not gonna work on the enemy kill counter thing because
That's
this one will
probably
be
finished.
finished by the next week. I actually want to refinish that one. So
I think what could we? What is something we need to code?
I don't know. It would be really good if you once you can do streams, you can show a lot of
Oh
coding.
yeah, I would really love to. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
You can actually
Hopefully,
somebody who
I can upgrade my my internet here, and I
Yeah.
can have enough upstream because right now we actually tested it. It's dropping frames like crazy. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
very
with Stefan, you
visible.
actually have somebody who can program real fast. Like he can type properly and stuff.
I know I don't really type fast. I just use a lot of shortcuts and
Or
templates.
doing that. Yeah, I don't do any of those. So
I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. I just want to have the
Mhm.
stuff finished and just want to look at the game in-game stuff, and
Mm.
so I'm using a lot of templates.
Yep.
When creating the source files, I'm using a file template. Or the menu. The whole menu, each sub-menu in the menu is just one huge template.
Mhm.
I press menu once and then tab, and we have a new menu.
I don't do any of that. I just do slow handwriting. All of that.
You get to that. You get to that.
Rock out with some higher order functions. Yes,
However, but in
we do
Photoshop,
use higher order
exactly
functions a lot.
rock
Well,
out with.
not that much. Well, here and there. So we pass functions into
Oh
arguments.
yeah, yeah. Just want to say, in Photoshop, it's exactly vice versa. Vice versa. That's
Hmm.
where you are faster and I'm slower.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know all the shortcuts. I don't know them.
You mean Photoshop? Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think ironically I'm faster in Photoshop than in programming. So
I
maybe
think it's okay.
yeah. I don't really think like typing speed is the first priority in programming. That's
Yeah.
only if you do like very repetitive tasks. For most other things, it's mostly about thinking stuff properly through. I think it's more important. But yeah, maybe it's just my excuse for being slow in typing. So,
These when something good comes out, doesn't matter.
Warfox, I have a very nice image for you.
Is that game made in JavaScript? Oh yeah. Show it. Show him. Show them the image.
No stream without that image. So, here, there's the answer. Yes, it is 100% JavaScript. Here you go.
Pseudo Radius says that it's running in Node.js. It's not really running in Node.js.
Actually, somebody answered that in our AMA by mistake. It's not really Node.js, it's a Node WebKit,
Yeah, it's Node Web.
um, which is a combination of Chromium and Node.js. So you got like a browser and you can still use Node.js plugins to extend for stuff like accessing operating system functionality. It's really awesome. But so far we don't actually use any of the Node.js functionality, I think, right? Just we just use the Chromium aspect.
In Node WebKit. The only thing we use from the Node.js part of it is the process to check if it's the desktop version.
Yeah, I think that's an interface. Yeah, might be Node.js related. I'm not sure. Man, I really want to
Because you
implement
can do the
this.
same in Node.js, but there's not much apart from full screen, doing full screen. That's Node WebKit again.
Hmm.
And I think it's the only time I really talk with Node WebKit when we enter full screen.
Oh, that face. I'm gonna remember this face then. It's good to know.
What face?
So he said like we shouldn't take anything serious with that face next to it. Because
Ah, you mean the kappa
I'm
face?
very
Yeah,
bad
the
with
kappa face.
sarcasm, so um or irony, so it's good to have this kind of sign. Thanks. Hmm.
Maybe we're just going along.
We should just start doing the programming stuff. Man, I don't know.
No, no, no. It's 3 hours.
Yeah, it's too
Need to
late.
go to bed. We have a meeting tomorrow.
But not early, isn't it?
40 o'clock?
14? Did
2
they
p.m.?
did they send us a time?
2 p.m.?
Okay, well, I missed that and okay.
No, that's the question. I'm not sure. I just have to look for
Probably they will tell us the time tomorrow.
it.
9 o'clock. Whoop, you're not awake yet? How's that?
Well, screw that. Yeah, afternoon. Everything's cool. So I can
Oh,
sleep in.
oh.
Everyone is posting couple face now.
Okay.
And and that's also where Seizui comes in. We were talking about you, Suzui.
Yeah, earlier.
In a good way, in a good way.
Hmm. About
Not
where
in a
your
bad.
character might appear in the final game.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Actually, I just want to show how awesome this new battle thing works in boss fights. I really like it. I hope though that the frame rate really. Actually, let me just do something. I will just switch the recording to my Chrome browser, which should speed up some things, hopefully. if it would work, that is.
If not, then please use the desktop version of the game. You can switch the rendering to the desktop version for sure.
Never mind, I actually found what.
And it should run faster because it's a single window and doesn't have to do all the browser stuff.
Let me just try something. Okay. So, yeah, I got one Chrome browser here. Let's see.
It's everything black, right? Oh no, no, it's not black. Now it's just Chrome.
Yep, I think that should work. So I will just there's no, my face is now away, but I guess people won't miss it that much. So Rhombus dungeon, that boss enemy. Yeah, that works pretty well here. So. I guess the frame rate looks pretty good so far. Let me just disable. And I will add some sounds. Make them quieter, so.
Everyone can see the debug panel.
Whatever. It's no big secret.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because
that's pretty well. So. Just so hot build up here. Yeah, it's still a bit slow, damn it, whatever.
New battle UI. So I've also removed the little battle UI you got on the left side of the your
yeah, I removed that one because
yeah, that's okay. I just want to just say that.
Yeah,
but
because
okay.
you barely noticed it, and it kind of like was wasted drawing calls. Die already. Die quicker. Sometimes it's very fluid, but then it's very slow again. I don't know, probably my memory being shifted around like crazy.
You need to mash harder.
So, now just watch closely what happens with the lines when it dies. I just love that.
The best is the top line.
I just hope it was kinda like fluid. So yeah. Okay.
What would happen if you increase the frequency of this enemy, more single attack or more special attack? It would get difficult probably. Something we can actually do with the difficulty system, increasing the aggressiveness of enemies.
Yeah, actually we have this kind of system at least partially integrated where you have one system that determines the frequency of all enemies and can be adapted by difficulty and other factors, so we can increasingly increase the attack frequency as you go on with the game, and also like also based on the difficulty, of course. So yeah.
Yep.
Cool. That one still doesn't work. All right.
Yeah, I think stream is now coming to
a close, I guess. Yeah. No remaining questions? Anything we missed?
Are you German? We are indeed, my friend.
Yes, we are very German. As you may hear by our accent.
Yeah.
Which is difficult to hide.
How we phrase some sentence.
We are the Germans talking the English. Kinda. Very German. Yeah, okay.
So let's talk about a special tree inside the autumn area. You know this one, the one Teku did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, this tree originally we didn't want it to edit because we felt like it would be too bit too much because just like it didn't fit into the rest of the trees, right? But then we thought like, hey, why not add it as a landmark? And then, bam,
Yeah.
that's it. We added it as a landmark. Can you show the map?
Yeah, I will show it. Let me. It was
You can
like.
just teleport there.
Yeah. It was path 3, wasn't it? Or 3-1?
Path three, path 3-1.
It was here, right? Yeah, look at this awesome tree. Like, it's like everybody notices this tree. It's like it really sticks out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's something special. We should make it even more special. Make it glow.
Yeah. We should make it a destructible plant, which needs 100 bolts. Like after you hit 100 bolts, it explodes and out comes a mid-boss, which will immediately kill you.
Yeah, the tree transforms into a boss.
Yes.
And suddenly the secret of mana and boss music starts.
Yes, it's actually the mana tree. You tried to kill the mana tree. How
Man,
could
how
you?
can you do that?
Damn it. Yeah, slow-mo battle. That was interesting. I just dashed along the hedgehog dash and avoided damage that way. That was not cheating, it's actually possible. It's invincibility frames. Whoa.
Yeah, actually I am very, very good at doing that. You just have to think one frame ahead.
Sometimes I get the impression it works actually particularly well because I have a very low frame rate.
Yeah, of course, because it's easier to think one frame ahead.
Yeah. And I'm dead. I suck. That's a frame rate. Of course.
Yeah, of course, it's the frame rate.
Yeah. Right, so let's not procrastinate. Any more questions? Otherwise, what is this cube tree? I've never heard of that one.
Everyone's talking about. Yeah, we should just stop, right?
Yeah, I
think it was a very, very good stream. We got a peak of 70 viewers, 71, I think. Just amazing. Like so many people watching us. Thanks so much for the support.
Become beer. That's interesting. So yeah, probably gonna look up what those people mean with that cube tree. I don't even know. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. It was a lot of fun again. So a lot of sprite art this time. Next time we'll probably do a bit more programming again. So thanks everybody for watching, and until next week, I would say, right?
Yep.
So
Thanks
have a nice evening
watching.
and a good start into the next week.
Yep.
Bye bye.